In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own insert for the modular helmet display using MakerWorld's image to keychain function. It's super easy to do. So hit create from blank and go searching for your image. The more clearly defined your color separation is in your image from one color to another, the better this tool will do. So in this image, you can see I've got red, I've got white, I've got black, but there's also some shading here, some darker reds that might present to be a problem, but let's see how we do. I'm going to turn off keep background, change my shape to a circle, and then expand that circle as large as it can go. All right, then it's going to ask me, how many colors do you want? I only have a single AMS, so I'm for sure going to stick with 4 colors. You can do more. Do keep in mind, the more colors you add, the more complex this is going to be. So I'm going to keep it at 4, hit confirm. So what you can see is it's assigned 4 colors to what it's detected within my image. And for the most part, it did a really great job. But we're going to want to make a little bit of adjustment here. So before we start tackling the colors, the first thing we're going to do is go plate and thickness. You're going to want to change this to a simple shape, change it to a circle, and then you can tell it, hey, what color do I want my background to be? Well, in this case, I want it to be 4. There we go, it's black. Great. Change it to face down mode. Face down means it will be flat. The logo will be embedded in the background rather than being raised. Change my thickness to 3 and change my sizing to 139.8 by 139.8. That allows for 2.2 millimeter clearance around the insert so that it can fit inside the display. Now go back to color. So what you can kind of see here is that the canvas, the circle, has gotten larger. If you're happy with the size of your logo within that circle, great. If you're not, you can select ungrouped and then this tool here. And now we can make that a little bit bigger. If I want to put a skew on it, I can. In this case, I think I'm fine with that. All right, so how are we looking on our colors? Is there anything that I don't quite like? Well, you know what? Right here, it's added this kind of tannish color, and that's from the highlighting in the image that I said we might have an issue with. I don't want that. I just want this to be simple, all red. So in this case, I'm going to select the same color tool, go in and select that and change that color to the red. Boom. Now that's kind of gone. I also have this section right here, but this, I don't want to select all the white. I want these things to stay white, but this one section right there, I don't want. So I can go here to the color block, select that, change that to red. Boom. Okay. Nice and simple, some really clearly defined transitions between everything. You know what? I think that's good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit download. You can choose which nozzle size you're gonna work. 0.4 seems to work perfectly fine at this size. And of course, you're gonna wanna download a 3MF. Go ahead and open up your file in Bambu Slicer or Orca Slicer. All right, so it has defaulted to an A1 Mini. And if you have an A1 Mini, that's going to work great for you. I don't have an A1 Mini. I have a P1S, so I'm going to go ahead and change that. But you will notice it's kind of messed up my colors. So I'm going to have to fix that. You'll also notice that this doesn't really look great because the logo is embedded in the canvas. And that's okay. Once we slice this, that will get fixed. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of make some adjustments to my colors to get everything the way that it should be. Boom. Now when I slice it, you will notice that everything looks correct. Now, if you need to make any further adjustments to your colors, this actually has each individual object as an object that you can go in and adjust the color for independently. So an example, if I want to change the color of my flame or my border, I can do that right here. All right, I'm gonna change those back. Now you're gonna notice that there's no hole for the shaft, you know, the actual thing that holds the helmet to the display to actually go through. And that's a problem, we need it. So what you're gonna do is go back to the modular helmet display file, and you'll notice I have this negative modifier. So I'm gonna right click on this and I'm gonna go export as one STL, and I'm gonna save that in a place that I can come back to. Now, go back to your insert, right click, and go add negative part, load. Go to where you have saved that part. I called it negative insert. And you'll notice that I now have this little negative part that is exactly the size I need it to be. Now be a little careful. You'll notice that there's the kind of the chamfer there. So you're gonna want to rotate that so that it's facing down. Right, you see what I'm saying there? The chamfers are on all four corners. Right click, center. So now my insert and this are centered. What does a negative part modifier do? Well, now when I slice this, that negative part modifier creates the hole in the middle for that shaft to go through. Okay? So now you can go ahead and print this, and it's gonna have the opening that you need. I do recommend that you print this on an effects sheet or a smooth high temp plate, unless you want the textured finish, but whatever finish you want, make sure you're printing that.
All right, let's see how this turned out. Very nice. All right, so now I can take my insert, put it inside my stand. Boom, done.